yesterday, a lot of people complained about this, not being able to see which numbers it was. If you click on the numbers, look what happens. Your numbers pop up. I know. Somebody did it yesterday. I realized that. Okay, so that way you can actually see them and not have to guess. Okay, so which one of these graphical displays could help you calculate the mean of Trey's last 12 games? Which one? A dot plot. Why do you say that? Okay. All right, what is the average of Trey's last 12 games? So what would you do in order to find this? What would you do? In order to find the mean, what do you do? Count the numbers. I'll add them up and do what? Okay, so you add them all up, and then you divide by how many numbers there are, right? So 28, 30, 30, 30. 7, 42, 41. Okay, and then you're going to divide them by 12. So what'd you get when you did that? All right, so what'd you get when you added all those numbers up and then you divided by 12? Yep, so this would have been 29.08 or 29.1. Okay. All right, on number 5, which of these graphical displays you easily identify the median? Remember, the median is the middle number. I would probably do box plot. Why do we do box plot? Because it tells you the middle number, right? So it's the middle number in that box. So what number would this be? It'd be 30, right? So the median is going to be 30. Okay. On slide number 6, what is the mode of Trey's last 12 games? The mode, 30. And which one shows the best way to show mode? You could probably say dot plot, or you could say the histogram. Oh, JK. Dot plot. Okay. I could say histogram if you wanted to, just because it shows, hey, this is that number. But that also means that the number ranges from this to this. So that doesn't necessarily mean that it's, hey, 30. Okay, what about the range? 35. So how do we find the range? Okay. Which graph usually shows the range? Dot plot, maybe? Box plot? What's the minimum? The minimum. Remember, we can click on the dot plot and it shows us 12. Which one best shows the minimum? Maybe the dot plot. What about the maximum? That's 47. And it's the dot plot. Question. So what is the first quartile of Trey's last 12 games? Round to the nearest 10. So remember, if we're going to find Q1, this is how we do it. We list out all of our numbers. Okay, and then we find the middle, and then we find the middle of those numbers. Now I'm going to use the dot plot to help me. So 30 is going to be right here. And then I'm going to find Q1. So cross this one off, this one off, this one, this one. And it's going to be in between these two numbers, which is going to be 22. Now, which one shows Q1 the best? Okay, good. What about Q3? Looking at this again, Going on the right side, I'm gonna cross things off. So it's in between these two numbers, which is 30 and 41. So in order to find that out, I'm gonna add them together and then divide by 2. 30 plus 41 divided by 2 is gonna give me 71 divided by 2, which is what? You say 13? 35.5. Made me nervous. Now, which one best shows that? The box plot? What about IQR? Well, if we took 35.5 and we subtracted 22, we get 13.5. And which one best shows that? I would still say box plot. We're going to list out all these values in here. So you're going to type every number that you found on that dot plot over here. We also found the mean. So you're going to subtract these points from this mean. Then you're going to add them all up. Then you're going to say how many points are there? And there's 12. And then I'm going to take the sum and divide it by 12. And that'll give me here. You're going to do this by hand on your paper for the next couple of slides. So you need to know how to do this. You're going to make this little chart. You're going to add them all up. And then you're going to divide by that how many numbers there are to give you the math. You're going to show this work on your paper. Does everybody understand? Okay. So starting on slide 9, now you have that second basketball star. You are now going to fill in the slides 10 all the way to 18 or 17. Sorry. Nope, there's 18. You only need to do one of them. So you're finishing slide 9 to 18. Anywhere that's like show work, for instance, on slide 12, you're going to show me work for the math. On slide, there's another one. Sorry. There we go. On slide 11, you're also going to show work. So on slide 11 and 12. Now, what does it mean by this upper fence and lower fence? That's the outlier formula. That's what that's talking about. So if you don't remember the outlier formula, remember it's Q3 plus 1.5 times IQR and Q1 minus 1.5 times IQR. So this would be the lower fence. This would be the upper fence. Okay. The mean was what? Go back if you don't know. Mean was what? 30? Or is that the median? The mean is what? 29.1. So we're going to take each one of these numbers and subtract 29.1. So again, we're not going to put the negatives because it's mean absolute deviation. All right, so what's 15 minus 29.1? Okay, what about 21 minus 29.1? Who set the QR codes? Boom. 23 minus 29.1. Okay, 25 minus 29.1. Okay, so you're gonna fill all of these in. Okay. Now, the next thing after you fill all these boxes in is you're going to add them all up and put the sum in here. Then it says number of data points. The number of data points. This is gonna be 12. And then we're gonna take whatever the sum was and divide it by 12 and round it to the hundredths place. That's 2 decimal places, and that gives us the math. Okay, so once you're here, you're adding up all these numbers. Tell me what you get for the sum. Dear, what did you get for the sum? Okay. You have gotten 92.8. And then now you're going to take 92.8 and divide it by 12. So that's going to give us 7.73. Okay.